Right guys, and welcome back. Right, as the title suggests, if you're a purist and you believe an Aston Martin should have a 10 grand paint job, then you need to go find another channel. But if you're a realist like me, and you like to see high quality work done on a budget, then please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So in this episode, we're going to finish this offside wing. It's come a long way. The original fit was shocking, nothing lined up, and the panel gaps were terrible. There were loads of chips in the gel coat and damage all over. I had to extend some parts of fiberglass and trim others down. After all that was done, it needed a skimmer filler and a very good sand to perfect the panel lines and overall shape of the wing. Finally, once I was happy with it, it had several coats of high build primer. And that takes us to today. So my first job is to give the wing some guy coat, just gloss black, nothing fancy. I'm going to mist over the whole thing, and then when I sand it off with some 400, it should show all the little low spots. So, you know, there might be a little bit of mist. So I'm going to let that dry off for about 10 minutes, and then when I sand that off, that's going to really help highlight them low spots. I've got my 400 grit Abranet cloth on my sanding block. Let's give it a go. Right, straight away you're going to see there's a little imperfection there. Just a little pinprick hole, probably in the original gel coat, some kind of mist, but that black paint has highlighted the fault. The rest of it is looking pretty damn good though. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do it off camera because you guys don't really need to see this. Next time you see it, it should all be this colour, and then we'll sort out these little problems after that. Right, I've done the whole thing in 400. I've filled in some little imperfections with dolphin glaze, and now I'm using the 600. Right, I've done the whole thing, and now I'm going to go with some fine Scotch Brite. I'm going to use some soapy water with this. It's going to clean the panel really nicely, get rid of a lot of the dust and the contaminants, and that should give me a nice key for painting. So I've just washed it off. I'm going to let it dry in the sun, and then I'm going to prep everything with some panel wipe. I'm going to mask up the ladder a little bit, and then I'm going to spray it outside in the garden, because I'm not a purist and I'm doing this on a budget, but I can assure you we're going to get a good finish. Right, it's all clean, so now we're on the panel wipe stage. Obviously dried it all off, masked up the ladder, so we're pretty much there guys. Very exciting. Right, paint on. Aston Martin 1104, which is strong say silver. This is just base coats, oil based, really easy to use. Right, this is base coat, so it literally needs 50% paint and 50% thinners. No hardener required. Oh, good start. Right, so I've gone for 100ml. I never know exactly how much to use. I always wing it. But that's probably too much. And that takes it to 200ml, and this is just a normal universal thinners. But it is for 2K, so it's better stuff. It's not just a standard crap. I mix that with my mixing stick. Right, I've cleaned the gun, it's now time for lacquer.
I'm wearing a mask because you shouldn't really mix it without a mask, believe it or not. It's quite dangerous, this stuff. So I'm just using a normal U-pull lacquer, give it a shake, and mix it 2 to 1. I'm going to give it plenty of coats. Because if you give it plenty of coats, you can polish it back out and it will look better. Obviously, I'm doing it outside, I'm going to get the odd little imperfection, bit of bug, dust. But the more coats you give it, the more chance you've got to flatten it back and making it look nice. Right. That's 175ml. And then I'm going to put 15% thinners in. And into the gun. Now, top tip, I always, because I clean the gun out with thinners, I always just spray it a little bit before I actually touch the item on the spray. So I'll just do a bit of a test piece just to make sure all the thinners is out, because that can really affect your paint finish. You can get fish eyes and all sorts, so you just have to be really careful. Right, clear coat.
Right, paint's been on about an hour and a half, so it's touch dry. I've just put this stainless steel bar on, and I've put the mesh on, which I painted black behind it. I've put a couple of cable ties through just to hold it in place, because I need to use some adhesive on here. So I figured if I just put the cable ties through, they're not even connected, they're that tight in the holes, but it just holds it into place nicely. So it's a little tip from me. So I've just bonded the grill in. Obviously it's not fully cured yet, so I haven't got the cable ties out, but we've done it. I'll put the side marker in and you can see the finished effect. Now this isn't absolutely perfect and it's going to need a bit of a polish, but it isn't bad. And bearing in mind I've done this at home and it's cost me next to nothing. So if you haven't already, please show your support by hitting that like button. Leave a comment what you think below and stay tuned for more, guys. See you later. Bye bye. I had to extend some parts and so I've just bonded the